I think you guys know what time it is. I think you know it's time for that Alvarez-like arc just coming in. Fucking Demaria with that takeover. God's soul going right into this chapter. Like, holy shit, there was a lot in this chapter to talk about, especially with that ending. So let's talk about the whole thing that went down with last week's chapter. As you know, there was a lot of controversy about it, and Eden as well would be feeling a little bit different. So we finally get the explanation of what exactly is going on with Altair. Everyone's like, what the fuck, she's coming back, how is that possible, how is she young again, like, going on. And here's the thing, she's able to, like, materialize in the broken time, and people are saying this, like, a couple, like, like a week ago, saying that this is what she was, and that she's not even actually technically real. So she's just, like, a figment of, like, imagination, kind of, like, where she's just, like, she's a spectral image of, I guess, the real Altair, but she's like, I'm able to use this, like, during that time, and it's like, oh yeah, I disappeared, because, like, the only person that knows, like, where exactly Altair kind of went was pretty much Grey. Grey was the only one to notice her as, like, an old lady, so it seems like she's able to only to use this at that point. Even better though, which I love even more, it's like she's not even helping in the fight. She can't be attacked, she can't be doing like anything. Like her body's like crumbling away just even doing this stuff, and it's like, I can only do this for a little while, like, girls and all that. Like, you know, yo, Sharla, Wendy, like, all of you guys, you gotta go in and take her down. I can only use this power because, like, the entire area is frozen right now, and they're literally moving in the frozen time on some fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stuff, and it's like, Demaria's like, you want to see what it's like to control time? Alright, I'll show you what it's like to control time. God, like, God take over, like, time goddess Chrono. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she's using a advanced version of a takeover, which we've seen, like, we thought Mira Jane was probably going to get to the highest point of takeover from what we saw, that she was able to use a demon itself, like one of Xerath's, like, you know, one of the demons from the book of Xerath. It's not like able to use that, but it's like, you've gone to that point where you can do something like that. It's like, Jesus Christ. And like, even as well, they're asking, like, I don't even want to know where you got that power from or how you was able to do that. And just with one little blast, just blast Sharla away. Like, Sharla was able to use her little timing just to, like, predict it and saying, like, I was able to push Wendy out of the way, but I wasn't able to dodge myself, and just on the floor right there, and it's like, just those white eyes, just Sharla, like, everyone's like, oh my god, Sharla's fucking dead. Here's the thing, though. There's a time limit to this right now. It's like, I've frozen her time as well, so she isn't bleeding out. However, though, we really need to take down Demaria right now. Otherwise, she'll bleed out, she'll die, and we're all going to be fucked. And there's only one thing that you girls can do, and that is activate the third origin. And it's like, what? There's another origin? Because if people don't know, the second origin was the one that opened up their magical, like, barriers where they were able to, like, have more magical power inside of themselves. That's what Altair did for them. And turns out there's a third one, and this is the little more complicated one. You're able to use abilities and powers that you don't even have yet. That's something that you acquire in the future. Here's the thing, though, and this is the big catch with it. You use this power, you use this thing, you're never gonna, you lose all your magical power. Like, you will never become a mage again after everything. And I'm like, that right there is a big plug in, and that's for both of them. That's Lasheria, and that's, like, for her as well, Wendy. That's like, you use this, that's it. You're got. It's like, I'm just thinking right now, it's like, Wendy's, like, kind of like, she's only just attained the Dragon Force mode from her. I want to know, like, what the fuck is this power that she has then in the future then? Like, that's the one thing, is like, how stronger are both her and, like, a god, you know, Windslayer, and her, like, how stronger are they in the future? And it's like, this is a perfect time to show exactly. It's like, we see them use these powers, it's like, this is the only way to beat Demaria. This is right there. However, though, like, this is kind of going into the whole theory. It's like, if like, they probably are going to use it, and, like, the chapter's called, like, goodbye to, like, the fairy mages, like that. It's like, that's the thing with it. Like, I thought we needed Wendy to take down Acnologia, and even if that's the case, it's like, Acnologia has one less person to go after because they can't use their magic anymore. I guess that's the kind of reason as well, as where it's like, oh, well, Acnologia isn't going to target her anymore, like, her power's gone. It's like, oh, I don't sense it, I guess it must have been killed on the battlefield. So that means, like, out of, like, this is the current Dragon Slayers that we've had, if we're counting Serena's taken down out there, even though he was the 8th one, and then we had as well, like, now Wendy, like, instead was like, that's got, like, there's only 6 available now, like, they could even use, and that's, like, even if you're not counting Laxus, who's just probably now on the floor, passed the fuck out after his fight, reducing that, if we're using that one as well, that's 5. And then we got Natsu, who's already on the fucking unconscious with his sword. Like, we're running out of Dragon Slayers here. We're running out, guys. This is a bit of the problem. It's like, this is the first part of the war, and we're already low on like, we're already halfway down on the Dragon Slayers, like, already. And some of them are out of commission right now. It's like, Lux is pretty much done for, I imagine. He's out of commission. Natsu's unconscious. Like, Serida's, like, got a giant hole through his fucking chest right now, so he's probably going to take a while for that. And then you got Wendy and Charlotte, like, you're losing two very powerful, like, mages, like, through this stuff, and using the third origin. It's like, how on earth are they going to take this? Like, I really want to say, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see the finale of this fight next chapter. Like, everyone keeps saying, like, oh, well, there's a quick fight. It's like, Fairy Tail's always had quick fights. It's just that people, like, only now that they caught up is just kind of, like, thinking about now. It's like, oh, what the fuck, this is a quick fight. So they've always been quick. Like, they've always been quick, unless, like, the last couple of people have always been quite a fast little fights. But it's like, Jesus Christ. How are we going to combat this at all? Like, and it's like, that's the only way. You got to give up your magical power. That's the only way. Like, this is the Spriggan right here, guys. That fucking Demaria right there. She ain't no joke. You don't fuck with time. That's the matter. I will say, though, on the whole matter of the whole thing about, like, Ultir, I'm a lot more happier about the reason than it was, oh, I just came back, or I got healed, or anything like that. Or either it's like, oh, there's a crack in time and I'm physical. She's just a spectral image that's just able to use the magic right now. And even still, like, she's crumbling just even using this stuff. Like, it's like near impossible. It's just like, I can't even back you guys up apart from just giving you the chance to even sacrifice your powers right now. It's like, that's the only thing I can do right now. And even still, then you gotta get Charlotte and heal her quickly before all your powers just disappear after the third origin. So, yeah. Honestly, I really enjoyed this chapter. I thought this was a really great chapter. Still a little bit, like, weirded out on the whole Ultir thing, but it's a lot more the better reason than originally was. Like, I know a lot of people are still gonna be upset about that whole situation, like, oh, Ultir's back, but I'm glad it wasn't that much of, like, kind of like, oh my fucking god, why Ultir's back. It's more like, oh, okay, like, I can see that, but it's like, it still takes that little sentiment out of me, like, of what she did, but it's like, she came back one last time to actually help the girls, and even as well, they're gonna have to sacrifice about it. Like, this right there is showing, this is how strong one of the Spriggan 12 is. Like, you gotta give up your future as a magician just to even beat this bitch. I'm like, okay, I can see that. This god takeover, like, this giant Chrono Soul is just badass as hell. But that's all for me. I definitely enjoyed this chapter. Gonna give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Really did enjoy this one. I thought it was a great chapter. Cannot wait to see what the fuck the future versions of Wendy and Shelia are gonna do. But we'll have to see. I hope, like, when they actually use this third origin, we get to see what they look like in the future. That'll be one kind of cool thing as well. You get to see them, like, all badass and shit like that. They've gone through shit. Like, I really like to see that. But I think we're just gonna see their magical powers like that, and then they're gonna revert back. Like, kind of like, what the thing I want to see is, like, if anyone's seen Bleach, it's like the darn guy Ichigo, where he had the really sick long hair and the gauntlet with the Zangetsu. Like, I really want something like that with, like, Wendy and Shelia. It's like, make these characters look really cool in, like, the future, seeing, like, this is what we would have got from them. So, I'm honestly looking forward to that, but yeah, this is still adding up to the fact that it's like, we're losing fucking Dragon Slayers by a minute. Like, Natsu, I hope you wake up soon, man, because, like, right now, we're in a bit of a pickle right now, with everyone just getting taken out or losing powers. Let me know what you think about this down below, but that is all from me, so thank you much for watching. Always, if you love this Fairy Tail video, then do a subscribe, stay there and subscribe to me. It really helps on this channel right now, and that's just all from me, so I'll catch you guys next time.